Hi, I'm Suzanne Greenenold with Untangled Pearls. As some of you may know, I'm one of the crochet teachers here at the store. I teach a lot of the amigurumi classes, which are those really small dolls, the really tight crochet stitches, which I'm really good at. I mean, I've tried. I can crochet a cup, basically. Today we're going to be getting started with just your basis to crochet. Your foundation, which is going to be the chain stitch. I call it the foundation because it's like building a foundation to a house. You want to make sure that you have a really great foundation before you build your house on top of it, because otherwise it's going to fall apart. And on a side note, I apologize about my voice. I'm feeling personally attacked by the environment right now. Everything that's neon green is affecting me. But to get back to the video, we're going to be using Rowan hand knit cotton today in a size G crochet hook. Now the G is what I prefer to get started on, but I would say use a G or an H. It's going to have a thicker barrel. The hand knit cotton is a little bit of a thicker yarn. And this will be a good opportunity for your young ones that you have at home to learn how to crochet. Because with these being thicker, it'll be easier for you to handle and to do these stitches with. We're also going to be using locking stitch markers today to help mark the ends, because as we go up, it'll help have the straight edges as opposed to kind of wavering. Because if you're like me, you see one thing wrong and you want to start all over again. So this will help you kind of avoid that. So here we go. All right, welcome back. So now I'm going to go over the beginning of it all, the slip knot. I'm going to show you two different ways to do it. There was a young man that came in here one day that I taught how to do it this first way that I'm going to show you. It's going to be easier for your smaller kids to learn how to do. So you're going to take your string, you're going to lay it down on the table, put your finger in it to hold your place and cross it over so you've got a loop. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold it back over, so you see your loop goes through over and your working yarn is going to pass through. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab that working yarn, and I'll show you with my left hand so my right hand's not completely in the way. You're going to pull it up, grab your two tails, and pull. So there you go. You're going to have a slip knot. And the reason that we call it a slip knot is because it slips. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and pause it. We're going to practice this a couple more times, and then when you're ready to continue forward, press play and I'll show you another way to do this. Now I'm going to show you your other way to do it, or at least the other way that I feel comfortable with. The more that you practice this, the more muscle memory that you're going to develop, the more that you're going to feel comfortable with it and doing it your own way, or like I show you. Either way is fine. So what I do is I take it and I wrap it around both of my fingers. Then I reach through and then I grab that tail and just pull it through. So I'm going to show you one more time. You're going to pull it out. You're going to take it, wrap it around so you see it's completely wrapped around my two fingers. You're going to reach your two fingers through, or you could even take the crochet hook at this point, but for showing you, I'm going to just use my fingers. You're going to pull it through and pull. So there you go. There's your slip knot. So go ahead and pause it one more time to practice this way a couple of times, and then join me for me showing you how to do the chain stitch. So again, you're going to wrap it around. You're going to put your fingers through, pull on that working end. So the working end of the yarn is what goes back to your ball of yarn that you're pulling from. You call it the working yarn because it's what's doing all the work. I mean, obviously your hands are, but it's coming from there, so it's doing all the work. So you're going to pull it down. This is where you're going to pick up your crochet hook. You're going to put it through that slip knot. I hold my yarn in my left hand. I hold my crochet hook in my right hand. As you'll see from where my right hand is, I hold that tail in my hand to help with the tension and to just kind of get it out of the way, because there's been more than once that I've crocheted my tail. I don't want to tell you how many times. So you're going to take it, you're going to yarn over. So you see, you yarn over, you don't yarn under, you yarn over. You're going to catch it with that hook as you pull back, and you kind of twist, and then you bring it up again. You're going to catch it, twist. There you go. Now you're going to keep bringing it back down the barrel of the hook, because that as well helps you keep the stitch a little bit bigger so it doesn't get so tight you need a jackhammer and a prayer to get through it. You're going to come back through, catch the stitch, rotate the hook, and bring it back through. So here I'm going to leave you. I want you to put 10, 15, no more really than 20 of these on your hook. And then when you do the 20, pull them all out, do it all over again. This is what I do with my classes because I want my students to get more comfortable with the idea of doing this. And it may seem a little bit redundant, but you're going to be building your muscle memory so you don't have to sit and watch these videos every time that you do it. All right, so you're going to see each of these little loops is going to be a chain. That little passover is a chain. So we've put an extra chain in, and that's going to be a turning chain. The turning chain is going to help you keep your sides a little bit more consistent and straight. You're going to come back, and you've got that first chain from the hook, and you've got your second chain from the hook. You're going to go into your second chain from the hook. So you take your hook, you pass it through the loop, you're going to catch that yarn, rotate the hook as you pull it through. Now I've got 2 loops on my hook. Then you're going to yarn over again. You're going to pull it through both on your hook. So there's your first single crochet. Good job. You're going to take your locking stitch marker and you're going to pass it through both of the arms of the stitch. That's going to mark your corner. Take your hook, put it back through your loop, and pull it a little bit tighter just so it gives you a little bit of guidance. Then you're going to go back through the next chain on your hook. Yarn over, pull through, so you have 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2. Sometimes when I'm crocheting at home, I find it's a little bit better to do a little bit of narration. And my husband might think that I'm insane when I do it, but it doesn't matter. It helps me remember what I'm doing. I'll sit there and I'll say to myself, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And remember, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, meaning you pull it through both loops on your hook. So you're going to yarn over. Well, first you're going to go through the hole. Now this is where I find it's a little bit better with it being a crochet hook because you catch that loop and you hook it through. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. All right, so as you can see, we're back at the end. So this is where you're going to go through. You're going to catch that, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Then I want you to chain 1. So remember, like we did for our foundation chain, you're just going to yarn over and pull through. That's it. Then you're going to turn your work, and you can see, I'm going to pull out the end so I can show you really quick. These are the holes that we're going to be working through. So you're going to yarn over, you're going to go through the hole, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. This is where you're going to take your locking stitch marker, and you're going to put your locking stitch marker back into the corner. And as you can see, it's got both legs of the stitch on that stitch marker. And you're just going to work your way back down. In this hole, you're going to go through, yarn over, pull through, so you've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Now, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be coming back to you in the next couple of days. What I want you to work on for me is this single crochet. When you're sitting in front of the TV, when you're hanging out and chatting, generally while you're quarantined, just a couple of stitches here and there. And the more you work on it, the more you're going to find you're going to develop the muscle memory for it. And when we come back, we're going to be working on the half double crochet and the double crochet. And you're probably going to have a piece like that. And hopefully by then you will have gotten a little bit more comfortable with these stitches as we go. Now, if you have any questions, any comments, please leave comments on this video to let me know what I can touch on for you or what I can change. So thank you so much for joining me today with this journey into crochet. I cannot wait for the road to come.